Hey there, and welcome back to Ageless Mind and Body, the channel, where we celebrate vibrant living at every age. If you're between the ages of 65 and 80, today's video is especially for you, because we're talking about something truly powerful, what it means to be exceptional in your golden years. Let's face it, getting older doesn't mean slowing down. In fact, if you can still do these 7 things we're about to talk about, you're not just aging, you're thriving. We're diving into the daily habits, abilities, and mindset that set truly remarkable older adults apart, from staying physically active to keeping your mind sharp and connected to the world around you. These aren't superhuman feats. They're real-life indicators of vitality, resilience, and purpose. So if you're ready to be inspired or just want to check off how many of these exceptional traits you still rock, stick around. This list might just prove that you're doing far better than you think. Let's get into it. Maintaining independence in daily activities. One of the clearest signs that someone is aging exceptionally well between the ages of 65 and 80 is their ability to maintain independence in daily life. We're talking about those routine tasks: cooking your own meals, doing the laundry, running errands, managing your hygiene, and even climbing stairs or taking care of the garden. These might seem simple or ordinary, but they're actually powerful indicators of physical strength, coordination, balance, and mental sharpness. Think about it. Being able to prepare a meal means you're not only mobile, but you also have the dexterity to handle kitchen tools, the memory to follow recipes, and the ability to make healthy food choices. Cleaning the house may not be everyone's favorite activity, but if you're vacuuming floors, organizing the closet, or even just wiping down the counter, you're engaging muscles, keeping your joints moving and staying flexible literally and figuratively. Personal care is another big one. Managing your hygiene, brushing your teeth, showering, dressing is a deeply personal aspect of health that people often take for granted. But the truth is, when older adults can perform these tasks without help, it means their cognitive functions are still sharp, their motor skills are intact, and their self-confidence is strong. What's more, maintaining independence isn't just about physical ability. It's also tied to emotional well-being. People who can manage their own daily lives tend to feel more in control, more dignified, and more connected to their sense of identity. That feeling of, "I've got this," does wonders for mental health and self-esteem. And let's not overlook the social benefits. When you're independent, you're more likely to engage with others, whether it's inviting friends over for coffee, driving to a community event, or simply enjoying a walk around the neighborhood. These small moments of interaction help reduce isolation, which is a major concern for many older adults. Now, that's not to say that needing help from time to time is a failure, not at all. Everyone needs a little assistance once in a while. But the goal is to retain as much autonomy as possible, for as long as possible. And if you're someone who's still actively taking care of yourself day in and day out, that's not just impressive, it's inspiring. So give yourself some credit. If you're handling your everyday tasks without skipping a beat, you are doing more than just staying busy. You're demonstrating strength, resilience, and an exceptional commitment to aging well. Engaging in regular physical activity is another defining trait of those aging exceptionally well. Between the ages of 65 and 80, staying physically active isn't just about looking good. It's about preserving the freedom to move, to explore, and to enjoy life on your own terms. Whether it's a daily morning walk, an afternoon dance class, or a strength training routine at the local gym, physical activity plays a critical role in keeping the body and mind functioning at their best. Walking, one of the simplest and most accessible forms of exercise, does wonders for cardiovascular health and joint flexibility. It helps strengthen your legs, maintain a healthy weight, and even reduce the risk of chronic diseases like diabetes and hypertension. More importantly, walking builds stamina, that crucial ability to get through your day without feeling constantly tired or winded. Dancing, on the other hand, brings a whole new layer of joy to movement. It's not only great for your heart and muscles, but also for coordination and balance, two things that naturally decline with age if not actively maintained. Plus, dancing often happens in a social setting, which adds the bonus of emotional connection and shared laughter. There's something magical about music and movement that keeps the spirit young, no matter the number on your birth certificate. Strength training, while sometimes overlooked by older adults, is incredibly important. Lifting light weights or using resistance bands helps prevent muscle loss, supports bone density, and even improves posture. And here's the truth: you don't need to bench press heavy plates to make a difference. Even simple bodyweight exercises like squats or wall push-ups can increase functional strength, making everyday tasks, like standing up from a chair or lifting groceries, easier and safer. Beyond the physical perks, regular exercise also boosts mental clarity and mood. It releases endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that combat stress and support emotional balance. Studies have even shown that people who exercise regularly in their later years are less likely to experience cognitive decline or depression. It's like giving your brain a workout every time you move your body. Perhaps the most empowering part of staying active is the sense of control it gives you. You're not just reacting to aging, you're actively shaping how you age. When you move your body with intention, you reinforce your independence, your confidence, and your zest for life. So if you're someone in your 60s, 70s, or beyond who's still making time to move, whether it's with sneakers, dance shoes, or hand weights, you're doing something truly exceptional. You're investing in your future self and showing the world that age is not a barrier to strength, vitality, or joy. Staying mentally active is just as vital as keeping the body moving, and it's one of the clearest indicators of exceptional aging. Between the ages of 65 and 80, the ability and the desire to keep learning, thinking, and engaging intellectually reflects not only cognitive health, but also a vibrant, curious spirit. Mental sharpness isn't something we're guaranteed to hold on to with age, but it is something we can nurture, and those who continue to do so are truly setting themselves apart. Engaging in mentally stimulating activities like reading books, solving puzzles, or even trying out new hobbies plays a major role in keeping the brain active and agile. Reading, for example, expands vocabulary, challenges comprehension, and keeps your imagination alive. It allows you to travel, explore new ideas, and stretch your thinking, all without leaving your favorite chair. It's more than entertainment. It's a daily workout for your mind. Puzzles and games, whether they're crosswords, Sudoku, jigsaw puzzles, or memory challenges, sharpen problem-solving skills and enhance focus. These seemingly small activities are like brain fuel. They keep neural pathways firing and improve your ability to concentrate, plan, and reason. What might feel like a fun pastime is actually a powerful tool to delay cognitive decline and maintain mental agility. Then there's the pursuit of learning something new. Picking up a musical instrument, exploring a new language, or diving into a subject you've always been curious about does more than just pass the time. It rewires the brain, strengthens memory, and encourages the kind of adaptability that helps people respond better to change. It proves that growth doesn't stop with retirement. In fact, it can accelerate if you let it. And mental activity doesn't have to be solitary. Joining a book club, taking a class, or attending a lecture are great ways to combine intellectual engagement with social interaction. These shared experiences foster community, while also challenging your thinking in new and exciting ways. Staying mentally active also promotes emotional health. When your mind is engaged, you feel more purposeful, more aware, and more connected to the world around you. It can help ward off feelings of boredom or isolation and spark that satisfying sense of achievement that comes with learning or mastering something. Ultimately, exceptional aging is about more than just avoiding decline. It's about embracing life with curiosity and creativity. If you're someone who still reaches for books, seeks out new knowledge, or finds joy in testing your mind each day, you're not only keeping your cognitive function strong, you're embodying a mindset that refuses to slow down. That's not just admirable, that's extraordinary. Maintaining social connections is another powerful marker of exceptional aging, and one that's often underestimated. As we grow older, it becomes easy, even tempting at times, to withdraw. Life slows down, routines change, and social circles can shrink. But those who continue to nurture relationships, stay involved in their communities, and make time for meaningful interaction are not just keeping loneliness at bay. They're building emotional resilience and a deeper sense of purpose. Human connection is essential at every stage of life, but it becomes especially important in our 60s, 70s, and beyond. Regular conversations with friends, phone calls, with family sharing meals, attending gatherings, or even just chatting with neighbors, all of these moments contribute to emotional well-being in ways that go far beyond what we see on the surface. Social interaction helps keep the brain stimulated, much like mental activities, but with the added benefit of emotional support. It allows for laughter, shared stories, mutual understanding, and a reminder that we are not alone. This sense of belonging can be a lifeline during difficult times and a source of joy during the good ones. What's remarkable is that those who maintain these bonds often report feeling younger, more optimistic, and more energized. There's something deeply revitalizing about connecting with others, whether it's reminiscing with an old friend or forming new friendships later in life. And yes, that's entirely possible. Exceptional agers often seek out community events, volunteer opportunities, or faith-based groups to keep their social lives rich and fulfilling. Technology has also opened new doors for staying connected. Video calls, social media, and messaging apps allow older adults to keep in touch with loved ones across the miles. While it might take a little effort to learn the tech, those who do often find it becomes a valuable tool for daily interaction and emotional closeness. Social connection isn't just about having someone to talk to. It's about feeling seen, heard, and valued. It's about celebrating life's milestones, leaning on others in times of need, and sharing everyday moments that make life feel full. These interactions feed the soul and help maintain a positive outlook, which in turn benefits both mental and physical health. So if you're someone who continues to pick up the phone, write a note, meet a friend for lunch, or take part in a community activity, you're doing something truly powerful. You're showing that no matter your age, connection matters, and that the heart, just like the mind and body, thrives when it stays active and engaged. That kind of effort isn't just exceptional, it's essential. Adapting to technological advances is a standout trait of those who age with curiosity, confidence, and an open mind. In a world that's constantly evolving, being able to keep up, or at least make the effort to try, is no small feat. For people between the ages of 65 and 80, embracing technology like smartphones, computers, tablets, and even smart home devices isn't just about convenience. It's a sign of mental flexibility, resilience, and a strong desire to stay connected and engaged with the world. Learning to navigate today's tech landscape shows that you're not afraid of change, and that alone sets you apart. Whether it's video chatting with grandchildren, managing appointments through an app, reading the news online, or taking an online course. Using technology gives older adults more independence, more access to information, and more control over their lives. It's not just about functionality, it's about empowerment. Being able to send a text, search the internet, or even shop online means you're staying current with the way the world works. It helps you participate in conversations across generations, interact with institutions, and stay socially and mentally active. And let's not forget how tech can improve health, from tracking steps and monitoring heart rate with a smartwatch to using telemedicine platforms for doctor appointments. The possibilities are endless. Of course, there's a learning curve. No one becomes a tech expert overnight, and many older adults face real challenges when stepping into the digital world. But what makes someone exceptional is the willingness to try to ask questions, to make mistakes, and keep going. That kind of adaptability doesn't fade with age. In fact, it often grows stronger when supported by patience and a desire to keep learning. There's also a certain pride that comes with mastering something new. Sending an email for the first time, streaming a favorite movie, or joining a Zoom call, each success, no matter how small it may seem, builds confidence and proves that growth doesn't stop after retirement. In fact, it can flourish. Adapting to technology also helps bridge generational gaps. Grandparents texting with their grandkids, participating in family group chats, or even sharing photos and memories online, these moments bring families closer and create lasting connections. And staying informed through digital news podcasts or YouTube channels like this one helps older adults stay part of the broader cultural conversation. If you're someone who's embraced technology, even in the smallest ways, you're proving that age is no barrier to learning. You're showing that the ability to grow, adapt, and explore new frontiers isn't reserved for the young. It belongs to anyone willing to try. And that mindset, more than anything, is what defines exceptional aging. Exhibiting emotional resilience is one of the most powerful and perhaps most admirable qualities of those who age exceptionally. Between the ages of 65 and 80, life has likely delivered its fair share of highs and lows. From personal losses and health scares to major life transitions like retirement or relocation. This stage of life is filled with change. Yet the ability to navigate these challenges with grace, perspective, and strength speaks volumes about a person's emotional well-being. Emotional resilience doesn't mean avoiding pain or pretending everything is fine. It means facing life's difficult moments with courage and the confidence that no matter what, you'll find a way through. It's the ability to process emotions, learn from hardship, and still find hope, meaning, and even joy in the aftermath. This kind of strength is often developed over a lifetime, shaped by experiences and refined by reflection. One of the clearest signs of emotional resilience is maintaining a positive outlook, not in a naive way, but in a grounded, balanced way. Exceptional agers tend to focus on what they can control rather than what they've lost. They practice gratitude, find humor in everyday situations, and stay open to new experiences. Their optimism isn't forced, it's earned. Managing stress effectively is also a major part of resilience. Whether through meditation, prayer, deep breathing, journaling, or simply taking a walk in nature, those who handle stress well tend to have healthier minds and bodies. Chronic stress can wear down both. So being able to cope and reset isn't just emotionally beneficial, it's physically protective. Resilient individuals also tend to have strong support systems. They know when to lean on others, when to ask for help, and when to offer it. They understand the value of communication and are willing to be vulnerable when needed. Rather than isolate themselves in tough times, they reach out, which helps them recover faster and maintain a deep sense of connection. And perhaps One of the most inspiring aspects of emotional resilience is the wisdom that often comes with it. Older adults who've weathered life's storms carry with them a quiet strength, a calm presence, and a reassuring perspective that can only come from experience. They become mentors, anchors, and role models for younger generations, not because they have all the answers, but because they've learned how to keep going and how to keep growing. So if you're someone who has faced hardships and come out stronger, someone who continues to hope, adapt, and support others, even in the face of uncertainty, you are showing the world what emotional resilience truly looks like. And in doing so, you're not just aging well, you're aging exceptionally. Pursuing personal passions and hobbies is perhaps the most joyful expression of exceptional aging. Between the ages of 65 and 80, continuing to engage in the things that light you up inside, whether it's painting, gardening, traveling, writing, woodworking, or playing music shows, that you're not just living, you're thriving. These pursuits aren't just nice to have pastimes. They're powerful sources of purpose, identity, and happiness. There's something deeply life-affirming about continuing to make time for what brings you joy. In a phase of life where schedules may be less rigid and obligations may shift, passions and hobbies provide structure, creativity, and a sense of forward motion. They remind you that you're still growing, still exploring, and still capable of finding new excitement in life. Engaging in hobbies also has measurable benefits for both mental and physical health. Creative activities like painting, crafting, or playing an instrument stimulate the brain, sharpen fine motor skills, and often lead to a state of flow, that focused meditative feeling where time seems to disappear. Meanwhile, physical hobbies like gardening, golf, or dancing help keep the body active and mobile in ways that feel more like fun than exercise. More importantly, hobbies help reinforce a sense of identity beyond age or circumstance. You're not just a retiree or a senior citizen. You're a photographer, a writer, a cook, a builder, a singer. The things you love to do remind you of who you are, what matters to you, and what you're still capable of creating or contributing to the world. These personal passions also open doors to social connection. Joining a local art class, a book club, or a community choir puts you in touch with others who share your interests. That shared enthusiasm builds friendships, strengthens self-worth, and reinforces that wonderful truth. It's never too late to try something new or rediscover something old that still brings you joy. Perhaps most beautifully, pursuing hobbies helps you leave a legacy. Whether you're writing stories for your grandchildren, crafting handmade gifts, or capturing memories through photography, you're creating things that will live on. You're showing future generations what it looks like to live a life full of curiosity, creativity, and meaning. So if you're still making time for the things that excite your soul, that challenge your skills, or that simply make you smile, you're not just filling your days, you're enriching your life. That kind of joyful engagement, even in the smallest of passions, is the hallmark of someone who isn't just aging, but aging exceptionally. Collectively, these 7 attributes highlight what it truly means to age exceptionally well. They go far beyond genetics or good luck. They reflect daily choices, mindset, and a commitment to living life with purpose. From maintaining physical independence and staying mentally sharp to embracing technology, nurturing relationships, and following personal passions. Each of these habits contributes to a rich, balanced, and fulfilling life. Together, they represent a holistic approach to aging that values strength in body clarity, in mind resilience, in spirit, and connection in community. Individuals between the ages of 65 and 80 who embody these qualities are not only defying stereotypes, they're redefining what aging can look like. They show us that growing older doesn't have to mean slowing down or giving up, but rather stepping into a new chapter with energy, grace, and inspiration. And that in every sense of the word is truly exceptional.